Okay, so we are in the Philadelphia airport, and I think this might be the coolest thing about it. Let's go. We live in the 21st century. We have high-end makeup vending machines. This is the most sweet.
Hold up your prize.
That was way better than any trick to Chuck E. Cheese. What did I get? This is probably a symptom of like startitis or cast-on-itis. But you ever have times creatively where you're like, I've got all these projects going on that I was excited about, and now I want to do none of them. Usually to break that cycle, I'll put on like a Pomodoro timer and just work on stuff for, 20-minute chunks, because sometimes if I do that, I can trick myself into working on something longer. Because of this little schlump, I only have 2 really significant updates for you. Got more handspun done. That looks pretty nice. That's all the darkest parts of the braid that I could fit in. Still plugging away at this guy. I think I've got a little over 3 out of the 8 ounces spun. Here's hoping this gets done before school starts. I also realized I never spun up the most hot mess express part of that original braid, so I'm gonna ply this and see if I can get a bluebird of happiness out of it. I don't know what kind of yardage I'm gonna get out of this though. And my biggest update, my Wool in the Gang Sugar Clutch. How dope is this stitch pattern? So this is their Jersey Be Good Selvage Edge t-shirt yarn in lipstick. I'm almost done with the herringbone part of this. Thoughts on the yarn? I like it. This stuff is so dense. I'm thinking like rugs, hot pads. That's probably what I'm gonna do if I have leftovers. And it's machine washable too, which is always great. I'd probably wash this by itself a couple times, like you do with anything that's red. If you want to talk about instant gratification, like shy of jumbo knitting, this is it. I really like this. I'm a big fan. Speaking of projects I really don't want to tackle, this is probably the last time you will see the gallery wall in all its glory, because we start our new lease next week, and I think 4th of July weekend is going to be the big move weekend. So these pieces are just going to be scattered about the apartment, I think. There's no big wall like this, really. Word to the wise. I have hella spackling to do on this wall now. If you're gonna put a gallery wall up, really think about it, really think it through, because I'm not sure this was worth it. Oh, also, this was a print that I added on later, and it's like my favorite print on the gallery wall, and it was always out of frame in the podcast. So, everybody say hi to Kendrick. Late afternoon. I'm also stopping at Whole Foods for the 3rd cup of coffee of the day. Probably not one of my better life choices, but today and this week is entirely powered by caffeine. So where have I been? Went to the burbs Thursday, stayed at my dad's house, worked Friday, had my sister's graduation party Saturday, and then came back. I got to do nothing for Pride because moving, so I got to pack instead. I also just finished editing Abby's vlog. I am waiting on her feedback from that, and then that'll go up tomorrow. We get to see each other for once. We have a really exciting shoot lined up tomorrow, and I can't tell you what it is because I'm not sure the video will be up by the time this vlog goes live. So as far as crafting goes, there's only a few things I've been doing consistently. More spinning, more Be Myself fiber. Having some issues with the Targhee. It seems to, I think it has a shorter staple length than Polworth. It's breaking more once I hit around like 0.8 ounces. So there's that. I'm still enjoying it. Also enjoying my Wool in the Gang Sugar Clutch progress. I love the stitch pattern. It was a little rough on my hands, but it was totally worth it. I have to pick up stitches here and then kind of sew it together and sew in the clutch mechanism, and it'll be done. And I'm excited to be able to use it. I've also picked the Beekeeper's quilt back up. Let's see, who do we have represented? Have the Stardust from our first knit along. have some Space Cadet mini skein fiber club that's from Melissa at Spicy Homemaker, and then 2 from the Bohemia Fibers Spicy Homemaker swap. I don't know whose color this is. I have a feeling it might be a viewer. If it's you, tell me. And I think this is the Andre Sue Knits one. They're all packed though, so I don't have an accurate count. I want to say we're in 160s. I'm glad nobody warned me that adulthood is like 90% running errands, otherwise I never would have wanted to grow up. Got my law school schedule yesterday. Really can't complain about the schedule. Nothing super early or super late. I think the reality just kind of hit me like a load of bricks. Like, it is real now. See, it's stuff like this that's gonna make me miss Rogers Park. How cute is this? I'll miss it because it's such a culturally rich neighborhood. And it's so far north that it's got a lot of hidden gems. This is very intense right now. We're gonna be able to see it. There's a bird on the AC unit. See? It's gone. Calm down. So here's a weird plot twist for you. I'm in the suburbs today. Long story short, my sister's gonna be out of town for a few days. She was kind enough to let me borrow the car to help start moving. This used to be my car, and now that I don't need it, it's hers. So I'm here for meetings like I am every Friday. I'm gonna leave a little bit early though, because the roads are gonna be ridiculous. And we're gonna go get the keys. Getting the keys is maybe the only part of this process that I'm excited for. And getting a dishwasher, that too. So Patrick's about, what, 5'10", and Patrick for scale, the couch will definitely fit.
The view from the door, living room, bedroom. We got our own little window and a little desk nook and a little closet. And this is the newest, obviously the newest part. Dishwasher.
Yay!
A big closet. The cat will live here. And then bathroom. So that is our new home.
I would have vlogged a lot more, but basically the whole weekend looked like this. We are on the home stretch. It's just about done. For anybody who's apartment hunting, to give you an idea of what 375 square feet looks like, that's all gonna get donated. That's the kitchen, dining room, rest in peace gallery wall. This is all the crap we still have to get in the car. Itty bitty bathroom. Closet. This is where my desk was. That's it, girl. So I went back to edit footage last night and I realized I never ended the vlog. And I'm like, I figured I would do like a last little knitting update and close it out that way. And then I realized this is all I've knitted in 4 or 5 days. And this puff was half started. I haven't even bound it off. Moving sucks. So I'm gonna cut this off here. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already. We have a really exciting video coming up for you that I'm finishing editing. Very, very exciting. Keep an eye out for our next vlog and we'll see you then. Bye.